Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well this Monday morning. You're out rocking along, headbanging from this weekend. I am obviously a little jacked up still from the last night concert we went to. I was able to actually check something off the bucket list last night that I've always wanted to do since I was a kid. And then was go to a live Metallica concert and was able to do that. Yes, great seeing there. They played about half their new stuff and then 2.5 hours of their old stuff and wrapped it up with Enter Sandman, which is why we're labeled this Enter Sandman, because today's thing is all about getting out of your own head, getting out of your fears. Now, if you don't know who Enter Sandman is, go Google it. Enter Sandman Metallica, great song. It's probably their most commercially well-known song across multiple genres, right, everybody?
Yes.
From the Black Album. Metallica's been hard. They haven't been so hard like they were initially in their first few albums, Appetite for Destruction. Oh, no, not Appetite for Destruction. That's Guns N' Roses, my apologies. Yeah. Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets and stuff like that. It talks about falling asleep and the fears that fall, kind of the nightmares that haunt us. And a lot of we end up mind effing ourselves a lot of times, because when we go into new situations or we are nervous of something about something, we tend to overestimate the wrongness, if wrongness is a word there. And one of the great things that I loved about the concert last night is the lead guitarist, the lead vocals, right off the bat, after he had the opening number, he got out there in the middle of the crowd on the stage. Like, listen, who's here for the first Metallica concert? About half the people raised their hand. Who's here been to more than one? And over half raised their hand. He's like, man, it's about 50-50. Because that's good. Because let's get something straight. Because I don't care what your religion is, what your party is, what race you are, what sex you are, what you eat or don't eat, where you're from. We're all a Metallica family. And I think that's a little bit, I love that, because I think a lot of us out there, that if you're watching here, you've been to a workshop or you've been in the mastermind or anything like that, we're all an extended part of each other's Note family. Okay? And I really believe the Note family is a lot more friendly than your other genres, your other niches of real estate investing. If you're a wholesaler, it's pretty cutthroat out there. If you're a realtor, it can get pretty cutthroat. Okay? If you're a fix and flipper and you're looking for REO deals, it's definitely getting tight and cutthroat out there. People do not want to give up any type of information that might help assist you. I don't think that's the case with the Note family. And I don't care who you've learned from. Honestly, if you've gone to somebody else's workshop, that's quite all right. Okay? But I think if you get around more and more people, where you go to, whether it's IMN or Paper Source or Noteworthy or Note Camp or the Note Expo, I don't care which workshop you're a conference you go to, I think you realize that for the most part, those that are successful are much more giving and friendly in the industry. Those that are people that are closing deals are often very approachable to make things happen. And how does that kind of come back to things being 10 times worse in our head? Well, if you're brand new to Note investing and you have a real estate background or you don't have a real estate background, it can seem very overwhelming. All right, I'm gonna give a shout out to our boy Chris Moton, who just closed a deal. Yeah, he would have closed 2 deals if the seller could have provided collateral. Could have found the hard collateral. At the last minute, they couldn't not find our collateral file, so we pulled the bid for him. What great is Chris is his experience. A tour for 9 months got called up. That's intimidating. We agree with everybody. Mm-hmm. And Chris and Katie are relatively new. Katie's I think a kindergarten teacher or a pre-K teacher, basically leaving her job to basically do real estate full time. They had 2 beautiful kids. Chris was pretty nervous now along the thing. I get oddball questions. We're talking about values and taxes and a realtor drive by. What's the payments look like? Or does it look like the borrowers are working? And all these questions were yes, yes, yes. But I keep getting phone calls with a but at the end. I'm like, what's the but? Did you answer that question? Yes. Well, what's that look like? That's great. What's that look like? Great. What's the ROI look like? Oh, around 27% they reinstate. Okay. You know, what kind of value? Well, it's worth about 40, 45. We're picking up somewhere between 13 and 15. Okay. And I know it's nerves, and I'm not picking on Chris by any means. I love it. They closed. Okay. It's a good thing. I think a phenomenal deal. But I see that from a lot of people. The buts you get in the way if you're actually making offers. The fear, oh my God, it's going to be worse. It can't be this easy. Don't get me wrong, no investing is not easy. Okay, if it was, everybody would be doing it, because it does take time. It takes vendors. It takes resources. You can't go out and just look at a property and change the locks and go switch the paint and carpet out and then yours. It doesn't work that way with them. It's a little bit more different animal. You're a higher mutated investor. You're a higher level of investor if you're in the paper game. But the fears of a lot of people out there chase you away from doing something. It's the unknown. If you don't know something, what's the best way to do it? You pick up the phone and call us. You call somebody, you drop an email, you go through the workshops, okay?
Go on to Base Camp.
Base Camp if you're part of that, or you go to Bigger Pockets. Now, the one thing about Bigger Pockets, there are some Debbie Downers on there. Some okay? People that have 50 million comments, but no real thing. Where's my phone at? Oh, that's my phone? Yeah. So there we go. You have to learn to pick up the phone and use your lifeline. Because what you will find out is most of the time, oh, was that it? It's simple? Was that easy? Yeah, it's that simple. It's that easy. Big shout out to Riaz and Hatham. They closed on 4 deals on Friday. Congrats to those guys. They got another 10 accepted that they're working through. Same thing with them. They sent an email on Thursday or Friday with that, oh, we have to cancel this one deal because the BPO came in. I'm like, well, what's wrong with the BPO? I'm like, well, the realtor said needs $9,000 in rehab. So I opened up the BPO. I'm like, wait a second, what are you buying this for? And here's the value, even with a little bit of roof errors. It's not a bad roof. It's occupied. Somebody's living in it. It looks pretty good. To the point where if you don't buy it, I'm going to buy it. Mm-hmm. And we cleared that up. And then the second thing was something on an O&E. We cleared that up. Okay, because there was nothing on the O&E saying anything directly. They just did not know how to read it. Okay, now it took them a little while for their O&Es to come in, which will happen if it's a Pennsylvania asset, but it turned out to be clean. And now they're moving. Now they've gotten over that fear, that initial false evidence appearing real, and they're moving through it now. Now they're all jacked up, and they're like boom, 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 and closing things on the left flat. We have to give a big shout out also to DeWitt Van Wise. Mm-hmm. DeWitt closed on over 20 deals. He's another 10 or 15 in the pipeline accepted. DeWitt went through our fast track in January, I believe. He is coming from the rental side, owning rentals in Indianapolis. He owned a portfolio up there. He sold them off and moved to the note side and doing a tremendous job doing it. He's not afraid to make offers. His initial thing was like, I don't have enough offers or places to make offers in. And he made a phone call to me, since he's in the mastermind. Mm-hmm. We sat down with him for a day. We said, hey, have you called this person? You call this person, reach out to this person. Here's a tape that came in that nobody else is seeing from another investor. I think it's got a couple areas you like from another mastermind student. And now he's rocking and rolling, okay? Doing some amazing stuff. We also found out this Friday that Carrie and Stacy Wall closed on their 20th deal last week, and they got 4 or 5 in the process. I love what Carrie and Stacy are doing because they come from a background that's really not real estate related. All right. Karen still works time and also teaches competitive dancing, I believe. Tap dancing is one of her favorites, exactly. Also likes to ride her bike in races. And then Stacy is coming from spending 20 plus years or 30 plus years going in and helping close down or fix Bed Bath & Beyonds across the country. Okay. So he moved into real estate here in just the last year. They've done a tremendous job, closed on 20 plus deals. It's a little bit different when you're looking at paper versus bed sheets. And he's not the one out there flinging, selling stuff. He's going in and fixing things. And so it's a great mentality fixing troubled stores to fix troubled notes. And they're doing
scaling down.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different type of scaling.
Yeah.
Okay. But he didn't have the fear of false evidence appearing real to go out and make things happen. They've done a tremendous job. They're not scared to jump in front of the camera. I think Karen's a little bit more natural than Stacy, but Stacy just has not done that aspect of it. But they're doing a great job going out and making videos. Make happen, right, everybody?
They are.
You know, who was closing stuff this week? We had Karen, Stacy Wall. We had, oh yeah, let's not JD, Harvey Vaughn and JD Ribble, local guys here in Austin. Harvey's going to be closing a lot more deals. We know this. He was in here this last week. They're getting ready to fund another deal as well. But they closed on their first deal, and Harvey's like, oh, now that I got down, I should have made more offers to begin with. I'm like, yeah. There's a reason I tell people you need to be making 10 to 15 offers to get 2 to 3 offers finally accepted to end up closing on to your numbers. So going back a little bit, we're really proud everybody's closing deals and making things happen. That's because they realize it becomes a systems and a numbers game. And if your biggest fear, if you're sitting out there and you haven't pulled the trigger on a real estate deal or a note deal, you have to look at 2 things, 2 simple things. One is, how many offers have you made? If you've made a bunch of offers and gotten accepted, then you need to probably tweak how you're offering. Are you over bidding or under bidding? Are you overestimating your repairs? Are you taking and underwriting everything like it's a fix and flip an ugly house with full repairs? You can't do that in the note business. That's one of the big things. The second thing is, if you are making offers, how much are you marketing? Or if you're not making offers, how much are you marketing and reaching out to note sellers? Are you on the note drafts that we do, the note funding league stuff? And by the way, we do have an NFL draft tonight with just 10 Georgia assets we're breaking down from Georgia. Some sweet peachy deals tonight on the Monday note. We'll be glad to post that in the comments below here. But how many offers are you making? Because if you're not making any offers, if you're not reaching out and marketing, you're really not in business. You're just spending money to belong. And look, I get it. Some of us like to scratch that itch, and we'd love to surround ourselves with positive, like-minded people, and people that really get things done. But if you're not taking action, why? Why is that? Why are you wasting time if you're not taking action? And you have to look at a couple things. One, besides what we've talked about before, maybe you're not surrounding yourself with the right mentality, because we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most amount with. Okay? Our income is the average of the 5 people we spend the most amount with. Now, if you're spending it with higher level people, eventually you should see your income rise, because the fact is you're learning things from the people that are around you that are making money. They're helping you drive your income up. Okay. Another thing is, if you spend the 5 the most people, if you spend it and you're the highest salary, your income's probably going to go down unless you're constantly working to evaluate yourself around other like-minded people. But you have to take action. If you're learning things, if you were sitting in and you got a stock tip from Alan Greenspan or Warren Buffett, wouldn't you take action on that? I would hope you would. Or if you just sat there on your thumbs, twiddle them up your butt, I don't even want to think that's a bad image, of taking action or lack of action. And there's no amount of checks or mentoring that can do that if you will not make offers. There's no amount. I was in Houston this weekend at the concert last night. Somebody posted about note deals in Houston, and somebody tagged somebody who's gone through our mentoring, who has been so scared to close a deal. And I asked him, I literally got on the phone, like, what's going on? What's so scary? Because, well, I'm familiar with the REO side. Yeah, we're all familiar with REOs at some point. If you want to get better at your craft, you have to practice your craft. Okay? You don't see brain surgeons going out there and take dental work or become a dentist. No, they're kind of what's going on. Okay? You also don't go into brain surgery without being a brain doctor, right? You can't go in without actually going through school and years of practice and years of education before they hand you a scalpel. Say, hey, go cut this guy's tumor out. All right. If you've never done that, never educated yourself, and you're expecting to close solid deals, you're actually not in a good spot. You're going to actually do more harm to yourself and your deals than you would anywhere else. So what I'm trying to get at throughout this all today, before we start, see if there's any questions, is if you're sitting there and you're scared to do things, you're scared because you don't know how to take actions, don't let fear kill you. Pick up the phone and call you. If you get the same answer from 2 or 3 different people, it's probably right. Continuing to ask the same questions, waiting for a different answer isn't going to solve anything. All it's going to do is waste time, waste energy, and waste your life. Because life is about taking action. Life is about going out there and conquering things and getting outside of our comfort zone. If you're constantly letting your fear keep you from getting outside your comfort zone, you probably just need to stay working at a job and stay in your little comfort zone and get used to your little 2 weeks of vacation a year. Really, about probably a week of vacation, okay, of living that life, because you're never going to get anywhere if you don't take chances and do something better for yourself. So, we have any questions or comments, Nicole?
Maureen McCann says everything you ever wanted is on the other side of fear.
Oh, I love that, Maureen. Maureen Machine Gun is so true. One is always on the other side of fear. That's so good. I love that.
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
We forgot about one person, Armando and Jose. Oh, yes.
Oh, Armando, that's right. Armando and Jose.
They're closing on Oklahoma.
They closed today, they closed Friday. Comments. Am I just sitting there too late on a Monday, or are people too hungover from trade as wires are hitting? Know that people are like, when you hear that you're closing on 40 deals and they never closed on one, a lot of people have a hard time comprehending that. Well, yes, you all can do that, because originally, roughly about 10 years ago, when everything started to hit the fan in 2007, 2008, 2009, I was like that. I was like, oh, I don't know if I can close a big trade. And fortunately enough, I reached out when I was calling asset managers back in the day. I got a hold of a bank in Houston and was able to make a trade happen because I called people that I know to close deals. Hey, what we got to do to get this done? And I'm willing to help out. I don't need the full amount because I know I'm not doing well on this aspect. I know I don't have all the pieces. Let me put the pieces together and we'll make it happen. And we were able to. And that gave me all the confidence in the world to go out. Hey, I don't need to worry about just one-offs, although one-offs, I've made a very good living off one-offs and 2-offs and 3-offs and stuff like that for years as part of what we do on a regular basis. But don't be afraid to pull the trigger. There's so many things out there. If you're buying right with the right value, if you check your values, you check taxes, and you're getting title pulled. And by values, that's just not having a BP or a CMA. You need to have eyes put on that asset. If they do those 3 things and those numbers work out for you right there, they look good, plus the fact of what the payment is, if it's occupied versus what the investment is, and that turns out pretty good. You've got some fudge factors in there. You've got some safety barriers. There is safety net of value that if things do go sideways, you can do some things. The only thing that's really keeps people from success is A, they don't do those 3 things, or once they buy something, they don't take action afterwards. They just don't call the vendors and set stuff up. They don't reach out to the servicers. They expect them to do it all themselves, and you still have to communicate. You can't take 3, 4, 5 months off from your deal flow and expect to have the type of success that you need to have.
Stephanie Mitsokoski Cannon, I'm sorry,
Let me see here.
Butcher her name.
Stephanie Miskovsky Kanan, yes.
Yeah, she says, interesting how it doesn't matter what business you're in, you can always learn something to apply it to your life or business.
That's correct.
And she says, the aha moment for me is we all have to sell or there is no business.
Oh, that's so good. We're all in sales. Amen to that. Mm-hmm. We're all in sales and marketing, whether you like it or not. We are all in sales and marketing. And the sooner you embrace that aspect, the happier you'll be. And the sooner that you enjoy that aspect, the more money you'll make as well. The more deals you close, the more things will get done. When you think you're not in sales or marketing and you're acting like you're not in sales or marketing, you've hit an impasse, and that train is going to run you over from other people doing things. Because I think that's what ultimately separates everybody out there. Those that are in marketing, that market their business, close deals, and raise capital. Those that don't market, don't do shit. All right. And don't get me wrong, there's some people out there that have taken workshops and things like that. They don't know all the pieces. They don't know it because some people sell on theory or teach in a way that's an upsell, don't upsell, don't upsell. Oh, you're going to get all the secret sauce for the $15,000, $20,000 program. I had a conversation last week with somebody who's posted on a big event in November, and they asked me about stuff. They're like, oh, you're about 30% cheaper, 40% cheaper than everybody else. It's not half. I'm like, yeah, you should be charging more. I'm like, I'm happy with where we're at. Our numbers work out good. We have a lot of success. All right. It's affordable for most investors versus what they would pay somewhere else, which is fine. That's what we want to work with. Get paid for our time, but also make it available to those that are going to make things happen. But we see people all the time that go to a workshop and they don't get the numbers that they're supposed to get, or all the info, and they don't act. And I can understand, or they get brainwashed and believing they got to go through everybody, through somebody specifically, or they can't do it themselves because they're too small in the totem pole. Hey, we all start low in the totem pole. I don't care who you are. It's those daily activities of getting 1% better each day that helps you climb the totem pole to get where you need to be. I'm at where I'm at today, and all those people are successful out there today because they do something extra each day. They get a little bit better each day. If you're not getting better each day, trust me, somebody is climbing over you already, climbing that totem pole to success, and you're just sitting there hanging on, too scared to let go to grab hold to that next rung. And so today's challenge for all of you guys on it being Monday, another week as we get into the second full week of June, right?
Yeah.
Yes, today's the 12th, is go do something. Go make something happen. If you're scared of something, something scares you to death about this business or something in life, pick up the phone, call somebody, reach out and touch someone. Reach out and touch someone, because you will find out that if they've overcome their fears, they're going to give you the true answer, and they will help you put yourself to sleep so you sleep at night, so the inner Sandman can come.
I was going to say, speaking of marketing, we got something really cool because of our marketing. Oh,
thank you so much. You're exactly right. I'm sitting here going on, and we talked about this. You a lot of times when you do stuff and you don't see immediate results, like I'll give you an example. One of my favorite quotes is Gary Vaynerchuk, who talks about, hey, post that video, post that, it's in the email. If you get one person, just one person to respond, you've done, so one person to watch your video, you've done more than what everybody else is doing by not doing it. And we know we get anywhere from 200 to 1,000 views on these videos, roughly somewhere between a 24 to 48 hour period. And I don't know, we haven't really been tracking how much we put on YouTube or Vimeo.
I post every day, but I haven't really checked the numbers or anything.
I mean, we just take the videos from the live here, and we've uploaded Vimeo.com, and we also uploaded to YouTube, so we can get the YouTube magic working. And every once in a while, we'll get comments from people, or people like, hey, I've been following you for 6 months on YouTube, right, guys?
Yeah.
Or 3 months. And so what's funny is we don't get a lot of instant gratification from the videos. Sometimes we do, but other time, we just throw it out there and let it sit out there and marinate, and which is a good way to put it.
That's a good, it's a very good way to put it.
It gets out there and marinates in the industry, and we see people that come up to us and say, oh, hey, I saw your last video. I really love that video. And that's always great feedback from people. But it's also like, oh, what'd you like best? What'd you like best? And we threw that challenge out a few months back. Hey, if you're out overseas or somewhere, feel free to send us a flag. And we've gotten some amazing ones from
going for Brazil and
Kenya.
And there's another one.
We've gotten from New Zealand, Australia. We've gotten from Dominican Republic. We got something really cool here Friday that really made us all feel not only excited but also very humble. I think we agreed with everybody. That somebody would take the time to put this thing together. So I wanted to share. Maybe you've seen some of our posts, but we're really excited. Gotta love this. I don't know if we can see that center here.
You're good.
There we go. So we were very honored to get this from a patriot, actually a contractor working over at the Kandahar Air Base. All right, guy by the name of Chad Steenwick, and he's over there literally watching our videos on YouTube. He's never been to a workshop. He came across it online. And he's loved it. He actually quoted in the email here. I believe in episode 56, note deals versus real estate deals, talked about people sending flags. So him working in an air base in Afghanistan, it's kind of hard to bring on an Afghan flag into the base. Yep. All right. But he's really close to these two coins over here, from which are very rare anyway, and an American flag and Afghan flag. And we were just very, very honored So Chad, if you're out here watching this video, we can do anything for your note business. We're here to help.
Well, he plans on coming over and taking a class when he gets back.
Yeah, exactly. He gets back in, plans on calling DFW home, but somebody take the time to this and ship the box, which looked like something, the box looked pretty beat up. We were like, what the heck was that? We were a little scared of what we were going to find when we opened it, but one of the coolest things that we've ever gotten here in
We were really confused on what it was for a second.
Yeah,
and then,
You can see he painted that flag, but I'm sure he had to spray paint and get rid of everything else on it so it gets shipped here effectively. But
yeah.
We're extremely humble, extremely honored, Chad. If we can do anything for you, please don't hesitate to ask. We do greatly appreciate it.
Really neat.
It's going on the wall in the Minions offices because they got more wall space for it. This is to look at because it's without them, this wouldn't exist. And that's one of the things, guys, that you have to surround yourself with good people and give people room to help you grow. I am by far not the micromanager. Can you agree to that? I'm not a micromanager at all. There's probably some times that
micromanage you more than
you guys probably do a better job micromanaging me. Exactly. But that's okay because you guys all have your strengths. And you give you a task, you run with it, and let you kind of work it out. I don't have to sit over there and say, oh, no, that's not exactly right. You do something, hey, we'll make a few tweaks and run with it, right, everybody? Mm-hmm. But you guys do a tremendous job. If you don't have somebody in your life right now, an assistant or somebody to help you out with things, get somebody. You'll get so much more done. You'll exponentially grow your business. And you can't tell me that you can't afford it. Because if you are closing note deals, you close more than 1, 2, or 3 of them, and you want to grow bigger, you have to hire somebody to bring somebody on to help you out. Okay? And I've had assistants over time, and as I had added assistants, boom, our income went up, we closed more deals, we raised more capital. You're going to see that happen. You can tighten your belt other ways to make it affordable so you'll be able to afford something the first 2 weeks. Because after the first 2 weeks, if you give them stuff to do, pulling lists or scrubbing offers, they're going to help you close more deals and raise more capital and expand your database. So don't be so scared of hiring somebody because, trust me, it will be one of the best things that you do. Any other questions or comments?
No.
Cool. All right. So we are going to leave you with that, everybody. Go out and rock out. All right. This week, we do have our second workshop of 2017 this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It is, yes, a virtual note buying workshop. The 16th, 17th, and 18th will kick off Friday at 9 a.m. I'm going to be tweaking it up this time. We got some new stuff we'll be adding to it.
Yay.
We're going to actually fly out to Nashville next month to film some stuff with a couple guys. And so we're tweaking up some of the curriculum on what we'll be covering this time around. So we'll have some more speakers, but changing it up a lot. Adding some cool stuff, kind of taking a different angle. Maybe I'm going to beat up a little bit with people and say, here's what you got to go get things rock and rolling. And I think we've always been good at doing that. It's just how they hear it and interpret it and how they run with it. So if that's the case, then everybody go have a great Monday. Go make it happen. Yes, rock out. Knock it out of the park, and we'll see you all. Top, everybody.